everybody. It's another beautiful Halloween episode from Lake Como, from our Italian villa on Lake Como, which we are renovating now for 3 years, and which is very old. We don't know exactly how old it is, but like the wooden beams and the ceiling that we have here in the kitchen is definitely more. I'm sorry about the camera trying to focus on me instead of the rose. These wooden beams are at least 200 years old, at least. That means the basement floor of the house at least 200 years old. The similar houses, the houses in the neighborhood, our neighbors' houses, some of them have these stones above the door which have the date, and it is usually 1730, 1760, these dates. And I guess some parts of our house can be dated back to this period of time. Definitely our underground cellars are very old. Definitely, I think, oh my god, Jesus, that was scary. Our upper oh no, I'm focusing on the this is the fireplace, noise from the fireplace. I think our upper floors are new addition to the house, but all that will be discovered later when I find strength and time to go to the local commune and maybe archives. I find some paperwork, things like that. So I thought I will make for you a special Halloween episode talking about spooky things in our old Italian house, things that are maybe scary, moments that maybe were scary for us, as this log that knocked onto the fireplace door. These things I find, I'm very jumpy. Actually, it is not that difficult to scare me. I can stand on the street up there and look at my garden, and I can get so focused on my dreams, planning my future planting or landscaping, and I get into this state where I'm completely losing, I don't know, the presence, and then my neighbor can say hello and I will jump and scream. That happened to me so many times. I think now this neighbor, when he sees me looking at my garden, he's sort of trying to avoid getting closer to me. So yeah, what I was saying, spooky moments, spooky things. Yes, I will take you to a few rooms in the house. I'll talk you through these things, and I hope you will enjoy that. And let me know how I celebrating Halloween. We don't really do much at the house. Our neighborhood is teeny tiny. We have children, so I will do candies, and I will usually lead the candles around the front door on the porch. I'll message my neighbors with children saying that they can come over for them. Oh, actually, I do one naughty thing. What I like to do, this is my thing. I like to have a bag, like a sack, and I put candies there. I also like, last years, I did put some boring stuff, like I did put candies. I also put chestnuts, pine cones, and what was it? Something boring, not edible. Walnuts. And oh, poor kids, when they take like a little, and it's a pine cone, and they're like, thank you. I always give another chance to fish something more interesting from the sack. This year I will be putting candies, and I will be putting Brussels sprouts, carrots, and anything else, boring stuff from the fridge. And I think it's just fun. Do you think this is fun? So yeah, I hope you enjoy this episode. One of the things that we thought are a little bit odd or spooky are these vent holes on the staircase, and below the staircase there is a little room, our pantry room, and it used to be storage there, so it's a little space with a door, and we thought that is incredibly creepy. Also, we used to have vent grills, more like a chicken wire, sort of rusty and broken, and every time we walked up or down, especially when you walk down the stairs, you have this little thought on the back of your mind that there will be a hand grabbing your leg from one of those vent holes, especially the pantry, the beautiful pantry that we have now there. It used to be disgusting room, very, very bad. You just cannot imagine how bad. One of the most spookiest and the most disgusting little places in the house. But now it is a lovely, lovely space here in the corridor, on the staircase, and at the moment I don't think I ever feel scared or strange in the house. I love this house very much, and I can't really feel any presence of ghosts of past or anything like that. But what we recently started to hear is sometimes, especially on a windy day or late at night, is spooky, and I can hear that right now. And I'll try to show you our beautiful pink bathroom. Actually, I'm not sure if it's tidy. Oh, it is tidy enough. I hope you will hear. Can you hear that? These are the noises that are coming from the water system, the pipes behind here, and it can be a little bit spooky when you go to use bathroom in the night time. But I know it's just the pipes, so it is more like a little joke than something serious. But the fact that this noise is very new, at first we were really scared. We thought it's a bird or it's a little animal, because we used to have, sometimes we have birds coming into the house and flying around, so we have to get them out. And we were sure it's a little animal or a bird, but these are the pipes, and we have new pipes, so I don't know what's causing this problem. We will have to talk to our handyman about that. Now we are moving upstairs to the 3rd floor of the house, which now can be a set for a horror movie. Actually, I think it always was a perfect set for a horror movie, as the house was abandoned for over 20 years, and the roof was leaking, so we had a horrible damage on the ceilings, and all that leaked through the ceilings onto the beds. And actually, the main bedroom on the 3rd floor was the spookiest place in the house, with this terrible bed that actually it just sort of rotted through. And okay, let's get through this high technology dust protection, and let's move to the next floor. Ta-da-da-da. I think on the day like today, that is a little bit spooky. Once something really scared me to death. I was walking up and I saw what I thought is a human hand below the bed, and at that moment the bed was intact here. It was perfectly made, and then it leaked. The leak went through the ceiling onto the bed, and it rotted in the middle, and it looked like there was a body in there. So once I really, was really scared. But right now, even that looks not nice. Well, it does look spooky, especially with those terrible shutters out there. We did find few skeletons in the house, actually quite many of them, but mostly those were mice and rats. There were so many mummies of the rats in the ceilings on the first floor that were falling on our heads while we were removing those terrible ceilings. And one of the skeletons actually is pretty cool, and it was here in this fireplace, and it's a skeleton of a bird, which I find very pretty. I still have it. I have it on the top of the fireplace, and it's a beautiful little skeleton of a bird that probably fell through the chimney flue into the fireplace, and I think that will go into my taxidermy collection. You know how much I like a good taxidermy, and actually I don't have any skeletons. I haven't got any skeletons yet in my collection except for this tiny little bird. However, I have the most beautiful taxidermy birds, which I love. Mr. Blackbird is looking gorgeous here. Another birds are actually in the vase. I have created this curiosity vase, which I find very pretty. It has seeds from, what are these gigantic seed pods, and seeds from the trees that my friend brought from Guadeloupe, and some taxidermy birds and snake skins that I find in the garden. And I think these things are so gorgeous, and they do sparkle my creativity. Yeah, I absolutely love these things. So I think I have to find a nice box, or have to think about better display, well, only display, a reasonable display for this skeleton bird in future, to have it here on my, in my library, in my cabinet of curiosities. I completely forgotten about the, is it crowfish? Crowfish. Is it real? I'm not sure that it is real. It seems to me like gypsum, or is it real? Actually, it could be real, just painted. No, it is not real. But it looks very pretty here. Actually, just now I'm realizing how weird, sort of weird and sort of spooky this room looks like, maybe, especially for somebody first coming into the house. But maybe people don't really pay attention to these things. Do you think people know when they first enter the house, they enter this room, do you think they notice the birds and the things? I don't think so. I like to think this is very normal, and these are all the things that sparkle creativity. Okay. Now moving into another room where I don't think this is any spooky or any scary or strange. I feel it is pretty normal to have an armadillo taxidermy on your coffee table. I think it is essential. Very normal and very essential part of the decor. Isn't he gorgeous? Oh, isn't he a true beauty? Another sort of spooky, maybe not spooky, but very, very unpleasant place in the house was this corridor, which is now very pretty and cozy and pleasant. It used to have, it still has sort of crooked floor. But that floor was made in old cement tiles, which could be precious, but they were badly damaged and broken and flaking off, especially in this part of the corridor, and that was making this corridor feeling like a hospital, very, very, very cold and unpleasant. Also, there was just the door. Wooden door in the end, which is much smaller than this one, so the corridor felt very narrow and very, very long. And while we did some changes, some little changes, like a new ceiling, restored beams, beautiful murals on the walls, nice sealed door, and good proportion door, another door to the wine container, and a beautiful old parquet that we brought and completely restored, and that made this terrible place nice and warm and pleasant and welcoming. It is one of my favorite projects so far in the house. And let me show you through this door, because right now that looks gorgeous. That looks so good. And it wasn't like that. This room had the most mysterious thing happening. There was a waterfall coming through this hall and literally flowing into the wine cellar, flooding the floor, and because of the wrong level, it was sitting here for some few weeks, for example, in winter time. And in the night time, we used to live in front here. That used to be our bedroom. So when it is rain season, we could hear the water flowing through the hall into the wine cellar, and that was very, very unpleasant and a little bit scary, because I thought, oh my goodness, the rats will be jumping through this terrible hole. And it wasn't like that. The hole was actually with chicken wire that was broke through, and it was full of garbage from, I don't know where that garbage was coming from, but like plastic bags and things that all looked disgusting. And I had a big fear that at some point animals like rats, I don't know, will come from the street, from where this hole comes from, which we had no idea. Now we know where that comes from. This is ventilation system, old ventilation system for the house, for the wine cellars, and it comes from the street. But I had this fear of rats and animals jumping into the house, snakes and things like that. Nothing like that ever happened here, but that was pretty scary, having this hole and having water coming into the house. Yeah, now it's another beautiful, beautiful space that we love and use. Not a lot, but occasionally we do use this wine cellar. I tried my best to make this video Halloween-like, sort of spooky, about strange things in the house. It is a very old house, and even when we were looking at the house first, when we were viewing the house, I thought, oh my god, this is like all those horrible beds and mold everywhere and all the old photographs and documents and cobwebs. It was scary, but once we started, the day number one was scary because I was on my own, I didn't know the house, but as soon as I opened the windows, I let the fresh air in, I removed the cobwebs and piles of dust. From then on, I know everything will be fine and the house is happy, and I knew that from now on, every single day will improve the state of the house, and the house will pay us back with comfort and joy. We are close to Christmas. So yeah, I think most things that we are scared are the things we don't know or we cannot explain. And also remember when we first opened the underground cellars, because when we viewed the house, they had no key from the cellars and they didn't want to show us the underground cellars. But then they found the key and they let us in, and we discovered another leak, the water that was coming through the walls and ceilings in the wine cellars. And we were very scared. We were very scared because we've never seen anything like that. We didn't know about such a thing and we didn't know if it's good or bad. It seemed bad because we had zero knowledge. Oh, sorry, I think we are focusing on the rose. We had zero knowledge about wine cellars and underground water flows, and that's why we are learning things. And when we learn that it is completely fine, it's natural, it's good for the house, this is the way house built, to keep the moist, to keep the underground waters where they have to be. And actually that served a purpose when the house was used, when the cellars were used for making and storing wine. That water cooled the cellars. That's and also there is a well, the water well there, that is self-draining. It's so well engineered and so well made. It's just these things we don't know and they can scare us. So yes, we were scared sometimes and we still are, but this is more about things we don't know. And if we don't know anything, we can research, we can ask opinion, and we learn these things, and they become not scary anymore. As laying the tiles, I remember how scared I was laying the floor tiles or building my first. I think these are the scariest moments that I had in the house, when I had to do something for the first time and I sort of had an idea how to do that, but then I have zero confidence. And of course, the confidence comes after you do something. So yeah, I tried my best to create this Halloween episode about our house being spooky, but instead it's the most wonderful house, most beautiful home, and I'm very, very happy we jumped onto this project, which was very scary. So thank you for watching, everybody. I wish you very happy Halloween, and I see you in my next video.